What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be going over one of the fastest ways that you guys can level up in Battlefield 2042 simply by 1 or 2 additions in your loadout that can increase your XP gain without much effort at all. Not only is this a really consistent, solid way to earn XP regardless of your skill level in the game, but it is also a heap of fun too. You don't have to worry about mindlessly sitting there grinding away in some super tedious method. This barely changes the way in which you'll play the game, yet it will increase your XP gain by at least 2 or 3 times the normal amount, and all it involves is a specific loadout. Before we get into it though, if you guys are new to the channel and you end up enjoying the video, then do consider subscribing and turning on those notifications so that you don't miss out on any upcoming Battlefield 2042 content. But with that being said, let's get stuck right into it. So firstly, I've got to give a massive shout out to my good friend Vic, who actually made me aware of this method. I never would have figured this out otherwise, because it's not really the type of loadout that I'd usually run, but trust me guys, this is going to have you leveling up in no time at all. The idea is pretty simple. Go into your loadouts and just create a new loadout or tweak one of your current ones, and all you need to run is your favorite weapon. The weapon doesn't really matter, same goes for the sidearm. But then for your gadget, you want to run an ammo crate, and for your throwable, you want to run the proximity sensor. This right here is the absolute best loadout in the game for leveling up, and like I said, it's actually going to allow for a heap of fun too, and I'll explain why in just a second. Now after that, you want to go and search for a game of Breakthrough. You can do this in Conquest, however it's barely going to yield the same results simply because everyone bunches up in Breakthrough and there are generally some pretty clear front lines, while in Conquest everyone is obviously just kind of scattered around the place. So I would definitely recommend Breakthrough for this, but if you hate Breakthrough and just want to play Conquest, then the same method still works, just don't expect nearly as good of a result. Once you're in game, choose Falk as your specialist. Now this is another somewhat optional part of the method because she's not really pivotal to the rest of the plan, I guess. So if you want to play as someone else, then that can work, but again, Falk is definitely the best specialist for this little playstyle. Now once you've chosen Falk and you have equipped the loadout that we made earlier, the rest is super simple. Those proximity sensors are absolutely insane for how easily they spot enemies, and like I said, in Breakthrough, enemies bunch up regardless if you're on offense or defense. What you want to do is you want to try and throw those proximity sensors in the most high traffic areas that you can. This obviously depends on the map and the phase, and also just how the enemy team are playing obviously, but I'm sure you guys get the picture. Where there are a lot of enemies, throw the proc sensors as close as you can to those bunched up enemies. This is then going to spot so many of those enemies for you and your teammates, revealing them on the minimap, giving you 5 XP for every single spotted enemy. But here's the kicker: each revealed enemy that your teammates kill counts as an assist, and assists give you the same XP as a kill, which is 50 XP. So you're going to start to rack up hundreds, and I'm not joking when I say that, literally hundreds of assists per game, and those may as well count as kills in terms of XP. You can see in this clip here that I didn't even have a good game at all. I was literally too busy running around and reviving people and trying to throw these proximity sensors. So I went like 19 and 30 something, yet I had 180 assists, which essentially is the equivalent of having a 180 kill game. So you can see just how easily this works. This was my second game trying this as well, so it's not like I've sat here for hours trying to perfect how this works. This was literally the second game I tried it on, so you can just see exactly how well this works. Not only is it super rewarding in terms of your levels obviously, but honestly it is actually so much fun for some reason. Seeing like 10 assists popping up on your screen is oddly satisfying, at least for me anyway. Maybe I'm just a little bit weird, but I've genuinely had a blast using this method, and it makes the grind so much easier when you're actually enjoying the grind, rather than doing some like monotonous method that almost makes it feel like you're not actually playing the game. You can see just how many assists I'm getting from some of these clips on screen, and like I said earlier, this works all the same regardless how good or bad you are at the game. There are essentially no requirements other than you do just have to get to level 22 or 23, I think, which is where you unlock the proc sensors, but those first 20 levels are actually super easy anyway, so you will be there in no time at all. Now as for the rest of the loadout and why I use Falk, there is actually some method to my madness. The ammo crate not only allows you to keep resupplying yourself in order to restock on those proximity sensors in case you need to throw one into a better position, or sometimes they do just get blown up, for example, so it is great for that reason, just to keep having more and more proc sensors. On top of that though, resupplying your teammates obviously gives you a tiny bit of XP as well, so that just adds even further to your XP gain while simply just helping the team out as well. As for why I choose Falk, her Surret pistol is amazing for keeping yourself alive longer, meaning you can obviously get more kills and assists, but then on top of that again, healing teammates gives more XP, and then reviving teammates is also another 50 XP per revive, so that's all just kind of adding up on top of the crazy assists that you're getting, and you're pretty much just running around as an XP gaining machine while actually being useful for your team as well. It's not like you're off on your own being useless to the rest of the team. Between the crazy amount of assists, spotted enemies, healing and resupplying teammates, revives, and then obviously just actually getting kills on top of that, you're going to be gaining roughly 25 to 30,000 XP per game, regardless of how good or bad you are at the game. From level 20 to about level 40, I believe that's pretty much one level per game that you should be able to gain, and like I said, you're going to have a heap of fun the entire time too, as well as essentially carrying your team to a win through your team play. The best part is that all of the XP is simply coming from playing for your teammates and being a support player, so unless they make some drastic changes, this isn't something that can really be nerfed anytime soon. Maybe they cap the amount of spots from the proc sensors or nerf the range or something like that. I'm sure it will get changed if this does get out of hand, but yeah, none of this is like an exploit or something broken within the game. You're simply just playing the game and spotting a heap of enemies in a legitimate way, so I'm not sure this will ever get changed. That said, I'm definitely making the most of it while it is still working, because you never know when they might end up changing it. So because of that, I would definitely recommend that you guys do the same and get out there as much as you can before they remove it or change it. It's easily one of the best methods in the game right now for leveling up, and especially early on in the game's lifespan, it's always handy to grind out those levels as fast as possible. That is going to do it for this one though, guys. I'm interested to hear if any of you guys have given this a go yet, or even if you have any other methods for leveling up super fast. So be sure to let us all know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like down below, and if you are new, then consider subscribing to the channel with those notifications on. If you guys want to support the content that I make here on YouTube, then consider becoming a channel member. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all out there on the battlefield.